9:15. The architect responsible for some of the country's most striking contemporary buildings has been awarded the country's top architecture award. Andrew Patterson received the Gold Medal for Lifetime Achievement at the New Zealand Architecture Awards over the weekend, and he's with us this morning. Good morning and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How did it feel to be given the top gong?
Well, all my competitors had to come up and say congratulations. I was scared it was going to be a gold watch and they wanted me to retire.
Oh, no, we can't be having that. No, you're not ready for retirement. What are the hallmarks, do you think, of great architecture?
Well, that's a difficult one. I think architecture is really about people more than anything. It's connecting people with a sense of belonging to the place that they're at, in the environment that they're at. So we do that in New Zealand and traditionally with our Maori buildings, wharenui, supported by the people who the building's for, and everybody gets a sense of belonging and community out of that. And I think that's the main role of architecture. Do
we have a particular style of architecture in New Zealand?
We're just developing. Most of our buildings, from the Californian bungalow to the modernist, they're all imports of overseas styles from other environments and other countries. So we're just striking out, trying to find our own. I mean, if our yachtsmen and our rugby players don't have to follow the rest of the world, why should our architecture?
So, what is that style?
Well, it's just starting, and I think a lot of New Zealand is about beauty. I mean, if you talk to anybody in the world who knows about New Zealand, the word beauty comes up in the first sentence, doesn't it? Almost invariably. And the other thing about our culture is landscape. So we're all deeply connected to the land here. We're deeply connected to the mountains and the rivers and our natural environment. And I think those two things have got to influence our architecture, because we've got to have an architecture that is as beautiful as our natural environment, that kind of reflects back to our culture. Because buildings are a really long-term thing. They're there for longer than the trees are, in some cases longer than the rocks are.
Tell me, from an architect's point of view, when you look at some of our urban landscapes, are there any things that you cringe about?
Well, I think we've got to do better as we kind of chew up more of our natural environment. We have an obligation to do it as well and as beautifully. I mean, we can do it badly or we can do it well, and it's much more fun doing it well. And it's much better for future generations.
Particularly, I guess, in a sort of urban landscape in Auckland, where you're mass-producing houses.
Yes.
You know,
for the same resources, you can do so much better.
Yeah, so much better.
Yeah,
look, I want to talk about the Lenlai Centre, which is iconic is a word that's used far too often, but it is. I mean, here people are looking at the pictures now. Have a look at this. So Andrew designed this in New Plymouth, and this is a building where, if you haven't been and seen this building, you really ought to. You drive down the main street, you catch a glimpse of it, and you'll be like me, I'm sure anybody who's been to see it, and actually gasp. It takes your breath away. Where did you come up with a concept like this? Well,
the concept for that building happened very quickly, and it involved the oil and gas industries in Taranaki, because of the dairy, oil and gas. There's a big stainless steel industry making all the vats and all the pipes, and they actually make all the Anish Kapoor sculptures, one of our world's most famous sculptures, little known fact. And you get a whole lot of people who are passionate about stainless steel, competitive about stainless steel. So it's like the local stone. If you get something that people are competitive and passionate about, you get it at a very good price, and you get a building that belongs to those people. So this building's kind of a little show pony for the whole region. Yeah.
Oh, and it is. It's just glorious. When you come up with a concept that is quite out there, is it a hard sell to clients sometimes? Do you have to take them on that artistic journey with you? Well,
what we try and do is we try and talk before we even put pencil to paper. So we try and figure out every single thing that's important about that building to every single person, and what are those concerns. And no matter how small they are, we try and put it in through the building, and that's actually what generates a building to be unique. It's about everybody's input, and if you do that process, well, yeah, naturally everybody comes along.
Fantastic stuff. Well, congratulations on your award and for the beautiful buildings that you've designed around the country.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to have you.